I want to thank you all for coming to Chesapeake today. I want to thank my good friend Chuck Rigney for taking up just about all of my time. So you guys are going to get a very abbreviated presentation about Chesapeake and some of the things that are going on in our city right now. Which button do I press? Side row. All right. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. What I wanted to show you was our mission statement. Obviously, as they said earlier, our job is to bring in new investment to the city and create new job opportunities for our citizens. Our vision is a little bit more in depth, though, and it talks about really what our commitment is to bringing innovation and quality to the city of Chesapeake. But I think the most important word in this vision statement is the word diversity. We believe strongly in Chesapeake that if you don't have a diverse economy, you're really going to be beholden to the whims of the economy, and one company can wipe you out if they decide to leave town. So we've always maintained a strong commitment to diversity, and we will continue to do that. Obviously, Chesapeake's a very dynamic, nationally recognized community. These are just a few of the rankings that we have. I've been voted as one of the best cities to live in for many, many years, and recently was a top 100 best cities for families by Parenting Magazine. You heard about targeted industries. We have targeted industries in Chesapeake as well. Obviously, we've selected these industries because they build on our strengths, and they build on the relationships that we already have with many companies already here in the city. As you can see, it's a fairly broad list of targeted industries, and again, that speaks to the diversity that we have and we continue to aspire for. That's what we chase, and I want to tell you a little bit about how we do what we do. Obviously, new business attraction is very important. That's the sexy part of economic development, when a new company comes into town and there are headlines on the newspaper and the mayors and the politicians get to cut the ribbon. That's the sexy part of economic development. But I think one of the more important parts of economic development as well is existing business. And what we've learned, particularly during the economy and the downturn in the economy, is that it's probably a little bit more important to keep what you have than to start chasing after a lot of other stuff. So we still go after and try to get new businesses in, but we pay an awful close attention to our existing businesses. Our office tries to get out and see at least 200 to 250 businesses every year, just so we can make sure that they're happy here in Chesapeake, because just like we're going out trying to get new businesses, there are other cities and other parts of the country that are coming to Hampton Roads and trying to steal our companies. So we try to pay real close attention to them. As Warren mentioned, workforce development is key. What we're trying to do with our workforce development program is make sure that the folks that are living here today are positioned, have the training for tomorrow's economy, and obviously we're trying to make sure in our work with the school system that the workforce of tomorrow is well positioned to be successful as well. Product development is key to what we do because, you know, Chesapeake's a great place, but no matter how great any city is, if you don't have the right location, if you don't have the right buildings, the right sites, the company won't come. They may like you, but if you don't have the product, they won't come. So we spend an awful lot of time in what we call product development, trying to go and create the types of places, the types of opportunities that businesses will want to locate to. And last is our SWAM initiative. That SWAM stands for Small Women and Minority Businesses. We want to make sure that every segment of our business community has an opportunity to succeed. So as a result of that, we provide special incentives, special outreach programs to our small women and minority companies. Now, Chesapeake is a very large city. We are 353 square miles, and when it comes to marketing and promoting Chesapeake, it's a daunting task. One of the things that makes it a daunting task is because as a large city, we have a lot of different areas, again, a lot of diversity within our city. So what we've done for marketing purposes is we've broken the city down into 6 primary business districts. And I'm going to talk a little bit about these business districts. Each of them is distinct and unique in their own way and also provide some unique opportunities for business. I'll start with Western Branch. Now, Western Branch is out in the western side of the region, and Western Branch for a long time has been the retail hub, if you will, for Western Tidewater. Of course, our friends in Suffolk are putting some pressure on us, but we've got a lot of good things going on out there as well. What we're trying to do in Western Branch, though, is increase the amount of daytime employment. What we found is that we've got a lot of retail business, but we have some of the highest incomes in all of Hampton Roads in terms of the people that reside out in Western Branch. But unfortunately, they leave the Western Branch area to go to work every day. So we're really trying to focus on creating some new business and employment opportunities for citizens out in that section of the city. One of the best opportunities for daytime employment in Western Branch is going to be the Pine Grove site. The Pine Grove site, as you can see here, is actually on the west side of Interstate 664. Here's the interstate right here. Portsmouth or Chesapeake Square Mall would be on this side of the interstate. If you go west, though, along Portsmouth Boulevard, you'll come to this Pine Grove site, about 250 acres, suitable for mixed-use development. Fortunately for us, we've got about 80 acres identified for commercial, retail, or office development. The remainder of that area is largely going to be residential, and you'll have varying degrees of residential housing stock, everything from typical single-family homes. You'll also have some apartments and townhouses and condos as well. Again, this is an aerial of Western Branch, really focusing on the west side. The Jolliffe Station and the Jolliffe Landing, that's about a total of about 400 housing units. Again, Pine Grove is located here. The border track is about a 150-acre tract of land that gives us an opportunity to bring in some additional industrial development in the Western Branch section of our city. Next, we'll go to South Norfolk. South Norfolk is kind of the redevelopment area for the city of Chesapeake. You know, in 2013, Chesapeake is going to turn 50 years old. So we're a young city, but I think we've matured very nicely. And in areas, particularly like South Norfolk, there's a need for us to get more engaged in redevelopment. And that's what we're doing in South Norfolk. In addition to being the hub for our redevelopment activity, we also have a hub zone, a federal hub zone to encourage new business investment there. And the city is also kind of putting its money where its mouth is. It's making some significant investments in this section of our city. Right now under construction is a new $9 million South Norfolk Library, and just last year the city opened up the new Oscar Smith Middle School. One of the highlights in South Norfolk is the fact that we have a TIF, a tax increment financing district. And the TIF is really just a financing tool, and in South Norfolk we use it as a financing tool to implement our redevelopment plan for South Norfolk. There are 5 primary redevelopment projects in South Norfolk. You've got the waterfront, the interchange expansion, the gateway at Sono property, a village concept down off of Liberty Street, and then you've got some redevelopment activity planned for the Campostella Square area. What I'd like to focus on is the Gateway at Sono project. This is a $60 million project. It is a mixed-use project. This is actually at the intersection of Poindexter and Bainbridge Streets, just as you come off of Interstate 464. Ultimately, it'll have a total of 84,000 square feet of retail and office space with 108 residential units. Next, we're going to hit Greenbrier. You know, Greenbrier is the largest business district in all of Hampton Roads. What a lot of people are always surprised at when I tell them this is that Greenbrier actually has more employees. There are more people working in Greenbrier than actually in downtown Norfolk. Sorry, Chuck. Obviously, Norfolk's a lot more dense, and Greenbrier is a little bit more spread out. But that's something that we're very proud of. As you can see, over 54,000 daytime employees, approximately 4,000 hotel rooms, and the average household income here is a little above $80,000 a year. We also have a TIF in Greenbrier. The focus of the TIF in Greenbrier is a little bit different. Whereas in South Norfolk, we're really using it to implement redevelopment. In Greenbrier, what we're trying to do is kind of what we call preemptive redevelopment. Greenbrier needs a bit of a facelift in order to keep it fresh, to keep it relevant in today's economy. So the city is going to invest over $150 million in a variety of public projects to keep Greenbrier fresh, to make sure it continues to look good so it can continue to be the largest business district in all of Hampton Roads. What you have before you here is just kind of our Greenbrier TIF master plan, in which we've kind of divided the Greenbrier area up into several sections, and there'll be different projects that go along with each district within the Greenbrier TIF. I'm going to talk about some of the opportunities that we have. This is the Greenbrier Square project. You know, a lot of people, when they think Greenbrier, they think, well, Greenbrier is pretty much done. It's built out. There's not a lot of room, not a lot of land left. That's not actually the case. Right here, we've got about a 55-acre site. It's at Battlefield and I-64. It provides excellent access, particularly with all of the work that VDOT completed a little over a year ago. So we've got great access here. It's one of the few sites in Hampton Roads that still provides interstate visibility. So we're really looking for a mixed-use project to come in on this site and kick it off for us. Certainly want to let you guys know about what we're doing in Oak Brook. Oak Brook is in the southern section of Greenbrier. It is a park that is owned and operated by the Chesapeake Economic Development Authority. We've had a lot of success there over the past few years. Most recently, CHKD built a large medical office building. And just recently, or maybe last year actually, we announced that FBI is going to relocate their Hampton Roads headquarters to this office park. This is kind of an aerial of all of Greenbrier, and again, you'll see Oak Brook is kind of down here at the southern end of Greenbrier. One of the things that we're excited about for Oak Brook is that we've got some real expansion opportunity. This site here, this is about 120 acres here. You've got about 100 usable acres right next door. So we think we're well positioned to attract new business into this section of the city for some time. That's just a map of Oak Brook. I'll talk real quickly about Great Bridge. I think the biggest business activity within Great Bridge is probably Edinburgh. Any of you going down to the Outer Banks probably passed this. You got about 100 acres available for commercial development there. One of the things we're really excited about is Walmart is under construction and is slated to open in July of this year. We know that will bring a host of other retailers to that section of our city as well. The College District provides some unique opportunity. We call it the College District. It's down kind of in what you guys may know as the Grassfield area, but we call it the College District because that's the home of the Chesapeake campus of Tidewater Community College. This section of TCC, or this campus of TCC, is one of the fastest growing sections of the college. So we've got a lot of opportunity to play off of that. You also have other amenities in this section of our city, 2 golf courses, a Walmart-anchored shopping center as well. I want to talk a little bit about the Dominion Bridge, because that's a part of the College District. This is the Dominion Bridge that you all have to travel on right now. Our vision, our plan, is to one day have this sooner than later. This is going to be about a $350 million transportation project that is critical to the long-term economic development future of the city because, you know, as this thing is built, you kind of see some of the traffic counts that we have. We anticipate with a new bridge, traffic counts will double. But the real key for us is the opportunities that it will give in the southern section of the city. Again, as I said earlier, this is the future for economic development of our city. We've got the new Route 17 that provides excellent access from North Carolina all the way up into downtown Norfolk. So we have some wonderful opportunities to capitalize on that road, leverage it with a new bridge, and we think we'll be off and running. I would be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about Chesapeake as an international business destination. Chesapeake has a long history of working with international businesses and recruiting and attracting those businesses to our city. And, you know, this is just a slide that kind of illustrates all of the countries that are located in our city right now. 18 countries are represented here in Chesapeake, and you see the list there. And almost 50% of all of the international business investment is located right here in Chesapeake. And that's something that we're very proud of. And we're always looking to add a new flag to this slide. So we'll be out in Korea, in Italy. We'll be out continuing to promote Chesapeake both abroad and domestically to bring new business to our city. One of the recent developments with international business is Gamesa. Gamesa is a Spanish-based company that decided to partner with Northrop Grumman, or formerly Northrop Grumman, to develop an offshore wind technology center. And that's located right here in Greenbrier. Multi-million-dollar investment. They have about 50 employees right now in engineering and design, but they're hoping to grow that to 100 employees before the end of the year. They're working on really making Hampton Roads a center, in making Hampton Roads and Chesapeake, I'll say, a center of excellence for wind energy. That provides us with a very unique opportunity, and we're certainly doing everything that we can to leverage Gamesa's arrival in the Chesapeake to make sure that that's an industry that can continue to grow and thrive here in Chesapeake and all of Hampton Roads.